Hi, everybody. I miss you so much. I'm giving you that. Thankfully, my skin reflects more light than the moon, and you can't actually see the crack-cola. But it could be worse. So, how is everybody? Sorry, it's been a month. I've really done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing. It's an embarrassment. The only thing I did do was drag part of the cowling over to sort of estimate how close the plane was going to wind up being to the hangar door, because I was worried about whether or not my fridge would fit. That's pretty much the extent of my concern. So we're out today. Basically, thank you for the messages and the emails. I've gotten enough already of, hey, are you alive? You know, and if you're not, can I inherit your plane? Messages that I thought I should come on and do a little work and say hi. So what we're doing is we're putting the comm antennas back on, which you saw. We took those off while we were switching the axles. You're about to see me take the step out. So I put the left step in. It was really cool. But I need to take it out because it's got to get powder coated because it's starting to rust. And if you're thinking about just temporarily putting one in, don't. And if you're absolutely convinced that you want to do it, great. Put anti-seize all over those two bolts because getting these things out sucked. You're going to see a bottle of WD-40 out here. I mean, it took me like an hour to do it, so not happy with that. So let's go into some updates. Plane, still waiting on an engine. I don't want to talk about it. Basically, the chip shortage has screwed everybody, including the man that runs the Fly EFII company that I'm buying my system from. But I've been told to a few more weeks it should be fine. Let's see what else. Oshkosh, going to Oshkosh this year. Oshkosh 2021. I will be there. My flight is booked. I'm staying in the same lovely house I did last time. It's north of the field, right on the downwind for 27 right. Me and my first CFI, Debbie, who is awesome. We're going to be having some fun. So I hope to see you there. It's going to be really cool. All right, real quick, back to the action. This is where I'm hooking up the 375. So the GNX 375 requires 3 power ins and 3 power outs. And they're asymmetrical, so you have to really pay attention to what you're doing there. And there's a couple optional, low active outs, basically ground outs. When the master comes on, this comes on. A few other things like that. Problem is, it was trying to pull 14 volts off my power supply. Well, that's kind of impossible because you can't really pull 14 volts from a 12-volt power supply. But you can if you're a dumb ass like me and you hook up a power. Well, it wasn't a power supply, it was a battery charger. If you hook up a battery charger to power your plane, just watch out. Just buy a 12-volt power supply. They're cheap. 30 amp, 12 volts, you can get them for 40 bucks. Anyway, so the wiring was perfectly fine. Had an email back and forth with the G3X team, who are always as helpful as possible, and everything is good. So you can see the work I'm kind of getting to, putting the antenna back on, wiring it all up. We drag this thing outside and fire it up, and everything is happy. Well, we do it later. Let's see, what other updates? Engine, Oshkosh. I'm fully vaccinated. My wife and I got fully vaccinated. So not long after the last video, we both got our shots. And then 3 weeks later, got our shots again, and that was almost 3 weeks ago. That second shot knocked my in the dirt. It was bad. I mean, it felt like my arm was useless the next day, and I was down for like 2. It's awful. All right, so there are the steps. Look right there. Pause the video. Those are the 2 steps that I'd had powder coated. 2 days later, they were ready, and they are gorgeous, gleaming white, so you won't accidentally kick them in the dark. Gonna put a little strip of some anti-grip tape on the top. It's gonna be fantastic. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the vaccinations. Okay. Oh, yeah, quick rant. To those that won't get vaccinated. Listen up, you stupid little f***ers. Get vaccinated. Now. There. Public service announcement. Alright, so what you see here is a new toy for the hangar. It's a low-pressure, low-volume spray gun kit. This has the advantage of being able to spray some paint without tons of waste, without the need for a huge spray booth and tons of ventilation. And I mean, you'll still wear a respirator and all that, but yeah, this will allow us to actually prime the plane very simply. And that's the idea, is that we're not doing a full paint job. I don't know if I want a vinyl, I don't know if I want to paint. But I do know that either way, I want the underneath to have a nice prime. Especially if we're going to start flying. So, we're just sort of laying the groundwork now. Get ready. That's going to be a cool adventure, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, hope everyone's well. I believe this week I'm going to come back out and try to find a place for the bus manager. Well, I'll tell you all about that. It's pretty cool. We got to find a place to put this box. I don't know. We'll see, so. Alright, I'll see you guys later. If you got any questions, just let me know. So, thank you for joining me. See you soon.